Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is a crisp, starting to get breezy morning here in northern Wisconsin, and we are preparing for a potential blizzard and snowstorm. So I have to work today, but I also have to get a bunch of stuff prepped so that I know going into bitter cold temperatures and potential 8 inches, 9 inches of snow, that all of our animals are gonna do okay. So when you have livestock in the middle of bitter cold winter, the main things that you need to make sure that they are healthy are food. They have to have food in their belly to keep themselves warm. That's just how their system works. They're ruminants, and so they have to be digesting food in order to stay warm. So this afternoon, we are going to, you can see right there that the sheep still have a big round bale. We supplement with square bales every day, but that gives them always access to food. It's in a net, so they have to work a little harder to get it. But that way it saves on square bales because round bales are cheaper, and they always have access to food. The next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that they have water. And so we are going to check and make sure everybody's water tanks are full of water and all the water tank heaters are working. And this one is. And you can tell just how cold it is out because you can see that there is an open spot there and everything else is frozen. And that's just because it's cold out. It is right now about maybe 10 degrees above zero. And it almost feels like the sun is trying to poke through the clouds. We had 45 minutes of sunshine yesterday, so that's good. The third thing that they need in weather like this is a windbreak. Livestock have fur, so having it snow on them isn't a big thing, but the wind is a big thing, so they need a windbreak. Luckily, all of our animals have access to the barn. We put everybody in the center of our perimeter right around the barn so that everybody has access to shelter. But I am going to do some deep bedding in it, which means I got to go and get more straw. So I'm here inside my office. I have to do some orders and do some work in between trying to prep for this cold weather. And so first things first, I need to make a list. I got my work list done, and so I need to make a list on everything I need to have done by this evening for outside. All right, so first thing on the list is to go get straw. We get our straw from a farmer who's he's on the other side of town, so probably 20-30 minutes. So my dad is coming over to help me get the straw. That way we can just get it done, load up the truck, and just get it done really quick. And we'll get enough to last us the whole winter. We still have 1.5 bales left from last year, but I want to do really, really deep bedding. When you do deep bedding in animal stalls, not only can they burrow in and have the straw keep them warm, but we have right now a nice thick layer of sawdust or shavings, and so when they go to the bathroom, all that kind of goes to the bottom, and the shavings soak up moisture, and so the top layer is dry, and we always just keep adding on until the spring, but the straw will act as another level of that. And so it'll just keep them nice and dry and warm, and that works really, really well. And there we go. We have the straw all stacked here. And so now I got to go back in and get started on work and look at my to-do list again. That's why I make a to-do list, is so that all the things I thought of this morning, they're written down. Otherwise, I'd forget all this stuff. I am so glad my dad was able to come and help me with that. It's something that I could have taken the farm truck and done, but it always makes it go a lot faster when there's another person there, and I would have never been able to get it because I needed to climb on that ladder to do it. So I'm so glad that he helped with that. Now, the next thing is to start closing garage doors because it'll keep the snow out. So I got that. I really wanted to get this stuff put away before we got a lot of snow, but I don't think that's going to happen. That's not a big priority right now. And then the next thing on my list is to get a dog bed for our farm dog because he does not like being in the house. He loves going into my office though. So instead of doing, making him be in the house where he whines all night, I'm going to stick him in my office and I'm just going to put a nice bed on the floor and he will absolutely love that. We do have this igloo dog house here that we usually stick up by the front door and throw a bunch of straw in it, but it's frozen in the ground right here. And in the winter, our storms all come from the north, from Lake Superior, and so that is facing north, the opening is, so that will do nothing to keep him out of the wind, so that's not going to work. I think I figured out where the dog bed is, the extra dog bed. It is, I think it's in the high tunnel, so I'm going to go check while I'm down there. I'm also going to start trying to get some of the snow off of the roof because it had freezing rain on it, so it's kind of holding the snow up. So I'm going to try to hit that off. The reason why I want the extra dog bed is because he has a dog bed on the front porch and he likes to curl up on that. And so if I can't get the dog house out of the ice, then I want to have some place for him to lay on that's off of concrete so that it is warmer during the day for him, because that is his spot and he will more than likely be there during the day this next week. There we go. It's much brighter in here now. The lighting is like perfect. I did not get way up there, but it should shut off much easier now if we get a lot of snow. And here's the dog bed that I was looking for, so that's perfect. I actually get 2 things crossed off my list, so that is great. And it is starting to snow. So definitely need to kick it in high gear. If I get, now that we have the straw, that's a huge weight off my shoulders. But if I get the outside stuff done, I have one more garage door to shut, and then check the waters. If I get all that outside stuff done before it really starts snowing, I can do the bedding once the snow is harder, or even at dark. It's just as nice to get the outside stuff done during the day and before the bad weather hits. Now it's time to go get Beck from school, but I have the list almost done. So we have the straw to do, we have the water tank heaters to do, and just the regular chores to do, and we are ready for this storm. Guys, it's just straw. Hate to burst your bubbles, but quite literally, it's just straw. You go ahead and eat it. I'm putting in a new hay bale for you guys, just so you have extra. Well, they made it a family affair, but we got some straw put down, and I might end up putting one more bale in here just so that it's extra thick, but the goats love to be over here in this corner, so I got extra stuff put over here for them because because this is where they like to lay. And Handsome likes to eat the straw because donkeys, that's what you're supposed to feed them. So he's good. These guys are just trying it because it's something new and they thought it might be hay. So who knows? Their hay bale is right there. They have quite a bit of hay in there yet, but because of the storm coming, Beck is getting a hay bale in now. Cinnamon, you didn't even come in. You didn't even come in. Hi. Yeah, you want to come in and check it out? Huh? Can I scratch you? Oh yeah, you're a good girl, aren't you? Ooh, does that feel good? Huh? How you doing? Next up, we're gonna do the ewes, and they right now are using the old horse stall, and I'm gonna open this up here and put a whole bunch of straw down in here for them. And when we get outside, I will show you. But the reason is because this is the north side wall, and so they would have, the wind is going to be coming from the north and northeast. That's where most of our storms in the winter come from. They come off of Lake Superior. The wind is blowing from that direction, from the Arctic, I guess. Anyways, so they have this nice thick rock wall here to block the wind. So I'm going to open that door. We've been keeping them out of there because it's just harder to do a head count and keep track of everybody. And also, usually they don't like to go inside in the winter. They like being outside in the snow. So because of the weather, I'm going to open that up and give them this whole wall. There's a gate there that I'll have to open, and put tons of straw down here. And then that way they have that whole area to be out of the wind as well. While Beck is putting in the hay bale, I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna check the waters while I'm here. Water heater, I guess, is the big thing because Beck has to fill up the waters after he's done with this. We'll get them all nice and like really full. But I need to check the heater and make sure that's working. And then I want to put another bale of straw in there for the cows while they're not here. Make it a little better, and it'll make it easier for me if they're not all in there. Okay, so this is very clearly working well. It's 17 degrees, and that is fully thawed, and it is, well, I wouldn't call it warm, but it's warmer than outside, and it's warmer than freezing. Nice. Okay, so that's done. So that is going to be wonderful because then we don't need to worry about hay during this cold stretch. We're ahead by, I think it's 2 days putting one in, but 2 days from today is going to be Sunday, and Sunday and Monday are supposed to be like a high of 0, maybe 1 degree. So I'd much rather put them in now and make sure that they have enough, and then it eliminates some work for us on the really cold day, and it's not as hard on the equipment as well. All right, so that's looking good. It's nice and thick. I put a bunch over here for the goats. In that corner, it's hard to see, it's dark back there. But this is nice and thick, and they will really like that. So now I'm gonna do in here for the sheep. I got the gates open, so all I need to do is carry the bale in and spread it around. So I'm gonna open this door up. They all, when I was doing the waters, were standing here because they wanted to see what was going on. And now they're all back out there again, but that's okay. So I'm gonna tie this open. So their water is nice and full. This is what I was talking about. This is the old horse stall. and the wind is coming from the northeast, so it's coming from straight this way. So there's really no way except for behind this little wall to get protection from the wind. But that doorway leads to that pen right there, which goes to the door in that other pen. So with us having that open, it creates kind of like a little channel there. And I'm sure it would be good for minor protection, but if we can open that up and have that whole area nice and blocked from the wind, that would be the best situation. So I'm not even going to waste the straw at this point because it's just going to get wet. So I might as well save the straw, and then when we're not having the storms, I can put the bedding in there and then refresh it every week or so as it needs it. And they are all ready to go. Hi, Pepe. I don't have anything, Mama. Sheep are notorious for routine, so I'm going to lead them over so that they see what's going on in here, because otherwise, if they're not used to going in there, they probably won't. So, come on, Pepe. Sheep, sheep. Oh, look at this. There you go, guys. What do you see, Pepe? I did take and put 2 flakes of straw in for the rams, and they don't need it. They have a big sheltered area on the other side, so and it's like 4-sided with a small door, and they already had bedding in there, but I just added some fresh stuff just because it's a good thing to do. And they all followed me back out, and so I think that that's everything on our list. The waters are working. That's the big thing. We got hay in for those guys. These guys have hay. These guys get supplemented with hay. They get supplemented with flakes of hay in the morning and at night. Some higher quality stuff. And then that way they have something in their belly all the time. And I gotta go look at my list, see what else is on it. And it got really dark really quickly, but Beck is, we got the 4-wheeler ready to go. We made sure it was full of gas. He is actually plowing so that I can park my car here. And then that way we're kind of ahead of the game because we didn't plow after we got like the last 2 inches or whatever it was. So we have this parking area, or he's getting this parking area plowed, and he's kind of getting everything set up so that if we do get a lot of snow, instead of having to plow 12 inches, we only have to plow like 8 or 9. And so I hope wherever you are, you're staying nice and warm and you're faring this cold weather really well. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.